Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. So yesterday was my 24th birthday, and for the first time ever I spent it not with my family, but with my real friends. Since we all live in different countries, it's really hard to get together. So when one of my best friends told me he was going to Hawaii with his family and asked if I wanted to join them, I obviously said yes. Even though I had to study for finals at university, I ended up taking a week off to spend time with my friends, because they only go to Hawaii every 2 years. So yeah, this trip was very spontaneous. I didn't have much time to prepare, but luckily, I managed to get a visa in time, and here we are. We flew from California, and after a 4-hour flight, we arrived in Honolulu. The moment I stepped out of the airport, I could feel the warm Hawaiian breeze on my skin and hear the beautiful sound of the ukulele being played somewhere nearby. It felt so good to be in a new place. We took an Uber to our Airbnb, and on the way we stopped by a supermarket to get some drinks and snacks. Then we finally arrived at the house. And it was even better than the pictures showed. There were 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and most importantly, there was a pool. After unpacking, I immediately changed into my swimsuit and headed straight to the pool. Spending a whole week in Hawaii without my camera would probably make me go blind, because that est how beautiful this place is. Just look at these views. After swimming for a bit, we went out again to explore the island and headed to the famous Waikiki Beach. The water was crystal clear and had a beautiful turquoise color. At first, the waves looked pretty scary, and I thought they would knock me over. But once I got used to them, it was so much fun to just get tossed around by the ocean. I loved it. Unfortunately, we didn't have much time left and had to head back to the Airbnb to get ready for dinner. We made reservations at this nice restaurant called Duke's, which serves Hawaiian, Asian, and American dishes. I opted for the Hawaiian poke, which is a traditional dish made of raw fish. I loved how refreshing and vibrant it tasted. And for dessert, I had to try the shave ice. It consists of finely shaved ice that is piled up high and then drenched in syrup. It's like a delicious frozen treat. The next morning, I woke up early and decided to go for a walk. I haven't been on an actual vacation in more than a year, and I think I've ever gotten what it feels like to relax, so I definitely need to get used to it again. When the others woke up, we headed to a local coffee shop to get breakfast. They also had really cute drinks. I'm glad that, besides the beach, I can also enjoy the beauty of nature here in Hawaii. I don't take enough hikes back home in Germany, but I won't complain. After breakfast, we drove to the other side of the island and hiked to Manoa Falls. It was such a beautiful trail, surrounded by green trees everywhere. It felt almost magical. And then suddenly there was this huge waterfall right in front of us. I think it was well worth the hike. Afterwards, we took a dip in the pool again and later went to this shopping street called International Marketplace. I bought a couple of presents for my family and friends, and then we had lunch at this restaurant called Ono Seafood. They had a big variety of fresh seafood. I got the spicy tuna on crispy rice, and as always, I ate everything way too fast. But the food here tastes so good. In the evening, we watched the sunset, and even though the sky wasn't fully dark yet, we could see these beautiful stars appearing. Later, we went to this rooftop bar called Sky White Key. It has a really cool vibe and offers great views of the city. I tried this tropical cocktail called Mai Tai, but it was quite strong. I prefer fruity and sweet drinks rather than alcoholic ones, but hey, I'm no quitter and finished it anyways. On day 3, we decided to rent a car and drive around the entire island. The first stop was the famous Pearl Harbor. It was very crowded, and even though it was a sunny day, I felt kinda somber. Apparently, many people come here every year to pay their respects to those who died there. After Pearl Harbor, we visited the Polynesian Cultural Center. It showcases the cultures of various Polynesian islands through dance performances, demonstrations, and exhibits. One of the highlights was the fire knife dance. It was so cool to see how these guys spun and tossed the flaming knives. But what was even cooler was this blowtorch guy. I don't know why, but he scared me a lot. Maybe it was the fire, or the fact that he didn't smile or say a word. Anyways, After the cultural center, we went to the beach. This time, we went to this beach called Lanikai. You probably heard of it because recently, many influencers have been promoting it. It was a nice beach. But honestly, I liked the other ones better because they had bigger waves that were perfect for By the way, this was the first time that I ever tried bodyboarding, and even though I fell like 10 times, I think I kind of got the hang of it. I wish we had more time to go surfing again because the water here is just amazing. After changing and heading back home, I made these Korean zucchini pancakes for dinner. I've been craving them so much lately. They are one of my favorite Korean comfort foods. For those of you who are interested in the recipe, I will link it below. On day 4, I celebrated my birthday. I was hoping for a sunny and hot day, but unfortunately, it started raining in the morning and we couldn't go to the beach. But still, we had a really nice day. First, we went to this local breakfast spot and I got this delicious veggie burger. Then, we headed to this place called Paradise Cove. It's a private beach that you can only access if you make a reservation. Usually there are a lot of activities offered like kayaking or snorkeling, but because of the weather, we couldn't do anything. But still, we enjoyed the beautiful scenery and relaxed on the beach. In the evening, my friends surprised me with this cake and sang happy birthday. It meant a lot to me because like I said in the beginning, I spent my birthdays with my family every year. So it was really special to celebrate it with my friends instead. And speaking of friends, I want to say thank you to a friend for making this video possible. If it wasn't for him and his family, I wouldn't have been able to experience this amazing week in Hawaii. Guys, I love you. On day 5, the weather was perfect again. So we headed to the beach. This time, we went to this beach called Ala Moana. It's known for its huge waves, and since it was pretty crowded, I didn't dare to go too far into the water. The waves there were seriously scary. Instead, I stayed close to the shore and enjoyed the sun and the soft sand between my toes. I brought my book and read a little, and then we all walked along the coast and took lots of pictures. When we got home, we relaxed by the pool and later went to this restaurant called The Pig and the Lady. I had the Vietnamese summer rolls, which consisted of fresh vegetables, tofu, and a peanut sauce. It was so good! I also tried the beef and the pork floss, which was topped with fried garlic. It tasted delicious, but was a bit chewy for my liking. Overall, I am impressed by the creativity and freshness of Hawaiian food. I'm sure you can find similar dishes in other states. But being here in Hawaii, they taste even better. On our last day, we explored more parts of Honolulu and went to this market called Teddy's Bigger Burgers. I got this pineapple burger, which was covered in pineapple slices. It was really juicy and delicious. Then we stopped by this lavender store called Island Lavender, and I got this lavender soap as a souvenir. And then we went to this Italian restaurant called Buon Appetito for lunch. I ate so much here. I had the spaghetti carbonara, which came in this huge portion. And afterwards, I also ordered a slice of tiramisu. I couldn't resist. After saying goodbye to each other, I took a taxi to the airport and flew back to Germany. I had such an amazing time in Hawaii. It was exactly what I needed to recharge my batteries and forget about my stress for a while. I already missed the warm weather and the beautiful beaches, but I am glad to be back home and see my parents again. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.